Pochettino when he took over and the emphasis on the culture and the mentality change that he wanted to implement with this team. And I think we're really seeing that come to life. They're all coming together. I think the biggest question mark was how this team is going to gel together, because in his time as manager, they have not had a lot of reps and time together. And I think the defensive pressure, the regains, the press, everyone looks all on the same page. They've been fantastic. And now they've got to elevate that even more against this really tough, resilient Australian team.
I mean, Carly, they couldn't have hoped for a better start. You know, it was a very good collective performance, some very good individual performance, and that, you know, Pochettino type of mentality that they're there to believe, there to dream, you know, with the national team, I think is good. But this game against Australia is going to present a different set of challenges. This is a team that is very compact, very difficult to break, very difficult to stop in a counter-attack. So the US have the tools and the attributes to break them. I'm sure they do. But they have to be very aware, because in the first game, if you want to be a little bit critical with the US team, they could have been and should have been a little more clinical in front of goal. And
this, not happy with the
But at the end of the day, Paraguay didn't really test the US team, and I think this is going to be a different.
The US made them look like cones.
Yes.
Very difficult game they're going to come up against, and the only way you break down a team that is so resilient, that is defending so compact and so deep, you have to move the ball very quickly. You have to make sure the pace of the pass is good. The third man run, where you have to make sure you run, drag those defenders away from their positions. Don't make them so compact where they know exactly where they're standing. Make sure you move them away. And once you, the more you do that, the more you continue to move them away from their positions, you start to create those chances. And like you said, Juan, once those chances appear, they have to make sure that they're very, very clean.
But in the other hand, Mikel, you have to defend your attack, because that's when you're more vulnerable about it. You know what I mean? You know that everybody is in the front and foot. You have to make sure that you protect your back as well.
We've got to mention the fans, Carly, because you were there in LA. What's it going to be like in Seattle?
Oh, it's going to be electric. As we heard Jenny say, Seattle is a soccer city. They are going to come out, show out. They're going to be the 12th man, and we're going to need every bit of them cheering along the U.S.
Yeah, we cannot wait for this one. Everywhere you turn, people are fired up for this World Cup. And for the U.S. team, that includes Sesame Street's Grover. He was actually at the U.S. camp this week with Jenny Taft, where he interviewed a very special guest.
Grover, we have a special exclusive interview with Mauricio Pochettino, the head coach for the U.S. men's national team.
Coach! Oh, it is such a pleasure to meet you.
What are you doing here?
Well, I am here as a reporter with Jenny Taft here. Yes,
Great.
yes, and we're going to ask you some questions.
But easy question, please, Grover. Eh?
Yes, softball questions for you.
Okay.
Even though this is soccer. Okay, what makes a good soccer player, Coach?
Good soccer player.
Do they need to know how to play soccer?
Yes, of course. But to have a fun is the most important thing, and enjoy and feel happy.
Good answer.
Have you ever tried to motivate the team with snacks?
To motivate with food is difficult because only pasta, and chicken and steak, and veggies.
Yeah, have you ever tried chocolate cake? Chocolate cake, you say play good the first half, and you get chocolate cake.
Yes, but not now, maybe after, to recovery.
Grover, you're too good at this. He's going to take my job.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
No, your jobs are safe. Yes.
Thank you.
How about a Go USA from Grover?
Yeah. Go Team USA!
What a great job from Grover. Jenny, thank you very much. The US facing Australia tomorrow. And in Atlanta, South Africa are taking the pitch, looking for their first goal and their first win of this tournament against Czechia. Well, coming up, Scotland will be back in action tomorrow after their thrilling win over Haiti. Can they keep it going against Morocco? We'll bring you the latest from their camp after this.
New Balance, we got now.
Collect one of 9 legendary cups with the FIFA World Cup meal.
I really don't know too much. We are going to educate.
The World Cup is just drama to an unbelievable height.
No one can match our energy. Football. Football.
Saturday is Baseball Night in America on Fox. Juan Soto and the Mets.
Monster shot!
Bryce Harper and the Phillies. Or Guardians, Astros. Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
Seconds left in the World Cup final. The U.S. gets set from the corner.
Do you believe in miracles?
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to reach the unreachable star. For the right, without question or pause.
Told you we'd win.
Zlatan is still handsome.
No, he's not.
Bethlehem and Texas liquor stores across the state have run out of beer.
What? You think the U.S. is going to win the World Cup?
What? You don't believe in miracles?
Thank you very much.
I am back. I'm here to help.
I don't know what to do.
Have you lost your passion?
We're going to rebuild this thing. You can cook, girl.
That means a lot coming from you.
We're cooking with love.
150 years ago, a nation founded by an idea, freedom.
That one declaration
took us to places we'd never dreamed of. 13 small colonies
to 50 United States.
From fledgling republic
To leader of the free world. We don't always agree, but we're free to disagree.
America isn't just a place. It's an idea the world depends on.
And freedom grows stronger with time.
FIFA World Cup 2026 live on Fox is presented by Verizon.
Time for Scotland to return to the World Cup stage. John McGinn! And it's found a way in!
They've been incredible. You've heard them this entire game.
28 years in the waiting, a moment for a nation!
Well, what a return to the World Cup stage for Scotland, earning 3 points with the win over Haiti. Tomorrow they face Morocco. And for the latest, let's hear from Katie Shanahan with a recovery report sponsored by Core Power Protein Shakes.
Boston is bustling with lots of Scotland fans still on a high after their opening win against Haiti. The Tartan Army have taken over hotels, they're driving around in school buses, and there's even a beer shortage. But on the whole, this is a real sense of occasion for Scotland, who are competing in their first World Cup in 28 years. With one Scotland fan telling me the Haiti game was one of the best moments of his life, with match winner and hero of the night John McGinn saying it was one of the proudest moments for his country. But Scotland knows what's coming. They face a tough test in Morocco right here in Boston tomorrow, a side who reached the semi-finals of the World Cup in Qatar, not to mention the small matter of facing 5-time World Cup champions Brazil in Miami next week. But as we know, anything can happen at this World Cup. And I'll tell you what, Peen, the Tartan Army will bring the noise as they aim to complete another chapter in their World Cup fairy tale.
Katie, thank you very much. Huge day ahead. Tomorrow, Christian Pulisic and the US take on Australia. And all 4 teams in Group C are in action. Vinny Jr. and Brazil face Haiti. Scotland meets Morocco, with our Fox Football teammates Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski on the scene in Boston.
It's been 7 years since Gronk and I have been together on that field.
The Fox Bros are headed back to Foxborough. On June 19th, we are officially joining the Scotland's Tartan Army for the day.
That will be a great scene with the Tartan Army tomorrow in Boston. But today in Atlanta, Czechia are trying to bounce back after a closely contested opening loss against South Korea. The Fox starting lineups are sponsored by American Express. Czechia's head coach Miroslav Kubek makes 5 changes, including Thomas Souček to the bench. Centre-back Vladislav Krejci captains the side. He scored the only goal in their opener. Bayer Leverkusen's Patrick Schick was the joint leading scorer at the 2020 Euros with 5 goals. However, he did not take a shot in Czechia's opener. As for their opponents, South Africa, they are playing at their first World Cup since they hosted the tournament in 2010 and trying to turn things around after a rough start to this campaign. So it's 3 changes for South Africa after their opening loss. 2 of those the result of the red cards in their opener. The big surprise, though, Lyle Foster going to the bench. Bronwyn Williams, certainly regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in Africa, he will have to come up big today. Let's hear then from our match commentators, Ian Crocker and Danny Higginbottom.
Ian, this is a match that matters so much to these 2 nations. Just looking at Czechia, they scored half of their goals in qualifying from set pieces and, of course, scored from a long throw against South Korea. Safe to say we're going to see more of the same today, Danny.
Oh, yeah, no question about that. And I think when you look at both teams, Czechia, one of the tallest teams in the World Cup, South Africa, one of the smallest. So Czechia will look to take full advantage of that. I think one of the things that both teams will have been disappointed in was the performances in the first game. I thought they were both overly pragmatic, and the front plays, in particular when you look at Czechia, Schick, who for me is an outstanding talent, wasn't getting any support. He was getting frustrated, and he was dropping deeper and deeper because he was finding himself isolated. And as for South Africa as well, Reyners and Foster, very, very similar as in terms of those 2 players being so far away from the rest of the team. And with this game, I think both teams will believe that they can get the full 3 points. So I expect to see both teams more on the front foot.
Well, they are 2 nations in need, that's for sure. But they know what they have to do. And Kickoff is looming large in this fantastic arena in Atlanta, Pien.
Ian, Danny, thank you very much. Well, coming up, the United States are back in action tomorrow. We'll tell you how they can break down Australia's defence when our countdown to kickoff continues.
The Bank of America customized cash rewards Visa card for life's rewarding moments. Earn 6% cash back in the category of your choice, like online shopping for the first year from account opening.
Adams to Centrum, ready for anything. Finds Advil, that's strong support. And Tom's looking to counter-attack. It's Tyler Adams! Every goal starts with an assist.
To eat, or what to eat, Butterfinger or ice cream.
Or you could have a new Butterfinger ice cream bar.
A double treat.
Go all in. Buy any 2 Ferrero brands and you could win $1 million.
Same-day delivery for free. For real. Members get more at Lowe's.
Celebrate 250 years of freedom.
They didn't set out to change America, but it's what ended up happening.
Start streaming Fox Nation for only $17.76 a year. Sign up today.
Do you know what a pitch is, Gronk?
A person that throws
baseball that stands on a mound.
The World Cup is just drama to an unbelievable height.
I really don't know too much. We are going to educate. Curiosity opens your mind, which makes you more brighter. I want to be a masterpiece of knowing the other football.
No one can match our energy.
Football. Football.
Football.
Play. Every kid should have a chance to play. Play because it's fun. Play because it's healthy. Play because they deserve it. Play on the field, on the court, on 2 feet, on 1 foot, on the ground, in the cage. Play because they learn. Play because they grow. Play because it builds character. Play because they need it. Play because they need each other. Play because it changes lives. Play because it matters.
Welcome to the game show that nobody wants to win. Spell guarantee. G-A. Oh, it's G-U.
This is harder than I thought.
What did the itsy-bitsy spider climb up?
We will push them to their limits academically. What kind of doctor specializes in feet?
Pediatrician.
It's the biggest game in U.S. soccer history.
This is the best U.S. team we have ever put together.
We're going to see an atmosphere like you've never seen for any national team game.
We're ready to go as far as we can in this World Cup, and I believe that we can go all the way.
It is a huge day tomorrow for the US in Seattle, and our crew will be at Pier 62 today to capture all the build-up before the matchup against an Australia side that looked very impressive in their opener.
Well, the Aussies have the mentality for a battle. Australia are in green and gold heaven of the World Cup.
Sometimes in a game, you make your own luck.
It has been an outstanding performance from Australia. The Aussies wild in celebration.
Well, Australia with a 2-0 win over Turkey to kick off their World Cup campaign. That sets up tomorrow's big matchup against the United States. Both sides on 3 points in Group D. OK, so the big talking point, Mikel, how do the US get past this Australia team, especially because they're defensively so solid?
Big game for the United States tomorrow. Like you said, Australia defensively superb. I thought they played really, really well in the first game. You can see here the shape of the defense is, they mastered it, you know. They defend really well, they defend in compact shape, and they don't give any spaces in between those lines. But I think what the United States needs to do, they have to make sure they move the ball pretty quickly, to move the ball around, not too slow, move the ball quickly, and down the side, try to play those split passes through the middle, and they have to make those runs, those third-man runs, we call it the unselfish runs. Make sure they make those runs time and time again to drag those defenders out of positions. The more you do that, the more those spaces start to open up. And once it does, once those chances are open up, they have to make sure they're clinical. I thought Harry Suter was absolutely superb for the Australians. And of course, the goalkeeper in goal, Bish, had a fantastic game as well.
A fantastic game. A very surprise for all of us watching that he was starting that game. But I agree, Mikel, and I think Australia is going to be pretty similar to Paraguay as in how they're going to come out. They're going to sit back. They're going to wait for that counterattack. I do think that they're going to be more physical than Paraguay was. The U.S. at times made Paraguay look like cones. They did not have any answers to what they were bringing. I think Christian Pulisic out wide was absolutely key in that 1v1 who was going at the players. The Weston McKennie and Tillman in the middle, the mobility that they have it just was unlocking Paraguay so much. And I think that will be key as well. But the regains, the press are going to be absolutely huge. But both of these teams have studied each other now after these first matches, and they're going to make it very, very difficult for either side to be effective.
Yeah, I have to agree with Carly. The difference between this Australian team and Paraguay is this Australian team is much more physical, and they are better synchronized in terms of the defense. I think Christian is going to be critical because he's very good in 1v1 situations, and he has to drag more players into it. So somewhere else is going to be a space for the other players to occupy. I do think, the U.S. have the tools to break the Australians' defense, but they have to be very aware in the speed and the counter-attack for Australia.
OK, it is a crucial game because the United States would book their ticket to the round of 32 with a victory tomorrow. They would top the group with a victory, and if Paraguay don't lose. So those are the scenarios for Pulisic, Balogun and the US tomorrow against Australia. Meanwhile, on After Hours with James Corden, James suggested a new pose for Tim Ream to use during starting lineup graphics.
Very wise. I've got this one. Hang on, Tim. Let me try one last one. One last one, Tim, if you're up for this, right? So back to the side, turn, let the hair down and shake like it's a commercial, like it's a shampoo commercial. Okay, let's see this. Ready? Okay. Ready? Right. Full shampoo commercial. Tim Ream, go. Oh my God. That's it. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible Tim Ream. What a superstar.
Wow, brilliant stuff. Right, Fox has got you covered from every single angle of this World Cup, from Chef Nick's Food of the Day to Alexi Lawless' State of the Union podcast to all of Jameis Winston's World Cup adventures. But in Atlanta, we are getting closer to kickoff in the first fixture of the day. Ikram Rhinos and South Africa go against Czechia. We'll highlight our players to watch when we return.
Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 viewing experience. Build it like Beckham from the living room to the lawn with the Home Depot. Create a box seating experience with flowers for pops of color surrounding your pitch, the smell of grilled favorites, and a freshly painted fence sporting your team's colors. Fast free delivery is your home field advantage with charcoal, string lights, or whatever the game calls for right to your door. A clean assist. Build it like Beckham for match day. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter. Subject to availability.
FIFA World Cup takes the global stage from June 11th through July 19th on Fox 1, the official English streaming platform of FIFA World Cup 2026. Stream all 104 matches live and get closer to the action with a personalized viewing experience built around you. Choose up to 4 streams with multi-view, catch highlights before jumping into the action, get live stats in real time, and replay key plays instantly. Experience the FIFA World Cup live on Fox 1. Watch 3 days free. For details, visit Fox.com. Offers are subject to change. See Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions.
Did you know not all batteries are the same? For example, only Duracell batteries are built different with Power Boost ingredients. And Duracell are the only batteries that make this sound every time you say Power Boost ingredients. See? Duracell batteries with Power Boost ingredients. You try. Told you. Duracell batteries are built different with Power Boost ingredients. And they're built right here in the USA with US and global parts.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
FIFA World Cup 2026 Pre-Kick is presented by Adidas.
Well, Saturday night is baseball night on Fox, and this week we've got Juan Soto and the Mets versus Bryce Harper and the Phils, or Guardians Astros, Saturday at 7 Eastern, only on Fox. But in Atlanta today, Czechia and South Africa are both looking to bounce back after opening defeats. Either team could potentially be eliminated with a second loss today. OK, time to talk about the players to watch. Juan, you're going for Ladislav Krejci.
Yes, Pina. I'm going to go for the captain, the 27-year-old captain, Ladislav Krejci. And a team that, thrives in set pieces. He's probably the best at it in this team. He got the opening goal against South Africa out of a throw-in, against South Korea out of a throw-in. And he's very good, not only in set pieces, but also in 1v1 situations and driving the ball forward, just putting those diagonal passes to find the fullbacks or those through ball jumping up lines. So he's the player to watch today.
And you're emphasizing set pieces, which, again, is going to be huge for my player to watch, Patrick Schick. Wasn't as great in the first game. He's going to want to occupy the two center backs. He's great in the air. He's got a really good finishing ability. He's going to have to be very active, get chances on goal. When you do get those chances on goal, put them away.
Set pieces is back in fashion, isn't it? If you're effective with it, why not use it? But for me, I'm going to go with Ronnie Williams for South Africa. The most experienced player, the captain, the leader. I expect him to be the guy to make those saves today. You've talked about Czechia with their set pieces, their throw-ins, their corner kicks, very physical. He has to play well today, and he has to make those saves. Fantastic goalkeeper.
Some interesting matchups in this game then, isn't it? Well, the fans in Atlanta are eager to see this one get underway. It's just the second time ever these two nations have faced off, and the first time at a major tournament. Well, Czechia and South Africa both searching for their first win in the second match of this World Cup. Walkouts and anthems are coming up right after this.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Did you know not all batteries are the same? For example, only Duracell batteries are built different with Power Boost ingredients. And Duracell are the only batteries that make this sound every time you say Power Boost ingredients. See? Duracell batteries with Power Boost ingredients. You try. Told ya. Duracell batteries are built different with Power Boost ingredients. And they're built right here in the USA with US and global parts.
FIFA World Cup takes the global stage from June 11th through July 19th on Fox 1, the official English streaming platform of FIFA World Cup 2026. Stream all 104 matches live and get closer to the action with a personalized viewing experience built around you. Choose up to 4 streams with multi-view, catch highlights before jumping into the action, get live stats in real time, and replay key plays instantly. Experience the FIFA World Cup live on Fox 1. Watch 3 days free. For details, visit Fox.com. Offers are subject to change. See Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions.
Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 viewing experience. Build it like Beckham from the living room to the lawn with the Home Depot. Create a box seating experience with flowers for pops of color surrounding your pitch, the smell of grilled favorites, and a freshly painted fence sporting your team's colors. Fast free delivery is your home field advantage with charcoal, string lights, or whatever the game calls for right to your door. A clean assist. Build it like Beckham for match day. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter. Subject to availability.
At the World Cup, everything can change in an instant.
A moment for a nation!
The perfect pass. A brilliant finish.
It's a useful one, and it's another set-piece goal for Czechia!
The game-changing moment can alter a nation's destiny. Today, Atlanta plays host to two teams with precious ground to make up in Group A. With a margin for error growing thin, Czechia and Tomáš Souček look to lead their squad forward to the round of 32. While Foster and South Africa aim to keep their path to the knockout round within reach.
South Africa are to be respected.
Czechia, South Africa, next on Fox.
We are approaching kickoff in the first fixture of the day from Atlanta. Czechia against South Africa in their second game of Group A. Pumas here, Mikel John Obi, Carly Lloyd and Juan Pablo Angel with you. So much to talk about with this game because neither side can lose. Both teams desperate for a win. Mikel, is that going to affect how this game is set up?
It's a big game for both sides, and I think that's something that's going to motivate you to go out there and try to play well. For the South Africans, they can't afford to start the game the way they did in their first game. They have to make sure they approach the game in the right way, be tidy with the ball, be composure with the ball as well, and make sure they don't make those mistakes, don't be sloppy with the, in possession. Try to play, more direct, and I think that's what they need to do if they have to get anything out of this game today.
Who does this game suit more, Czechia or South Africa?
I'm going to have to go with Czechia. I think that they definitely have the advantage, obviously a height advantage as well. And we go back to set pieces. I know I keep talking about it, but you can tell this Czechia squad has rehearsed throw-ins, rehearsed corner kicks, and they're going to look to really try to get a lot of chances off of those set pieces. And Patrick Schick, my player to watch, has to be more active, has to create chances, and has to get a goal tonight.
He has to get the ball also from the midfielders and from the flanks, you know what I mean? Because he's a guy that thrives in, services. And this is a must-win for both teams, And after seeing the opening game for both of them, I thought that, Czechia lost against a very good South Korea team. But the performance for South Africa, the first game, I don't think it was good enough.
No, not good enough. I said they have to make sure they approach this game the right way. Ronald Williams, for me, he's the most experienced player in the team. He has to be clever the way he plays. If he sees this pressure, you have to go long, push the team high up, and make sure they put the pressure up there, in the Czechia's half. But again, I think it might come down to set pieces. Like you said, I think South Africa have to be ready because this is the way this Czechia team, this is the way they win games. They've mastered it, and they're going to try to use that today again.
And it'll be interesting to see if South Africa make any changes from build-out out of the back because they were not good.
They were awful,
and they kept doing it even with the mistakes that were being made. So I'm curious to see if they make a change there.
Juan, knowing what's at stake, the players walking out onto the pitch now, how are they going to be feeling? Extra pressure, knowing they need to perform?
I'm sure they do, but they know what's at stake here today. And I have to go with Carly again. I do think, Czechia is better built for this type of games. And I do see them having a little bit of an edge against South Africa today.
Well, Tori Penzo is the first female referee in the centre in this World Cup. She also officiated the 2023 World Cup final. Let's hand you over to the anthems before the kickoff.
And now, fans, we ask you to please rise if you're able for the playing of the national anthem of Czechia. remain standing if you're able for the playing of the national anthem of South Africa.
Well, you can see the emotion. There is so much to play for Czechia and South Africa today in Atlanta. Ian Crocker and Danny Higginbottom will talk you through the action next.
FIFA World Cup takes the global stage from June 11th through July 19th on Fox 1, the official English streaming platform of FIFA World Cup 2026. Stream all 104 matches live and get closer to the action with a personalized viewing experience built around you. Choose up to 4 streams with multi-view, catch highlights before jumping into the action, get live stats in real time, and replay key plays instantly. Experience the FIFA World Cup live on Fox 1. Watch 3 days free. For details, visit Fox.com. Offers are subject to change. See Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions.
Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 viewing experience. Build it like Beckham from the living room to the lawn with the Home Depot. Create a box seating experience with flowers for pops of color surrounding your pitch, the smell of grilled favorites, and a freshly painted fence sporting your team's colors. Fast free delivery is your home field advantage with charcoal, string lights, or whatever the game calls for right to your door. A clean assist. Build it like Beckham for match day. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter. Subject to availability.
Did you know not all batteries are the same? For example, only Duracell batteries are built different with power boost ingredients. And Duracell are the only batteries that make this sound every time you say power boost ingredients. See? Duracell batteries with power boost ingredients. You try. Told you. Duracell batteries are built different with power boost ingredients. And they're built right here in the USA with US and global parts.
FIFA World Cup 2026 on Fox is presented by Lay's.
Well, both Czechia and South Africa lost their opening games in the World Cup. So now is the time to show what they're about. It's a wonderful day in the career of American referee Tori Penzo as she steps onto the World Cup stage along with her assistants Brooke Mayo and Catherine Nesbitt. VAR are set to go. Keeping a close watch on a crucial contest. A game of huge importance. Czechia make 5 changes from their opening game against South Korea, which kind of tells you how it went for them. Tomáš Holeš comes in at the back, and it's all changed in the middle. There's Vladimir Derrida, Lucas Scherv, and Mikel Sadalek all start. Adam Lozek comes in up front to play off Patrick Schick, who didn't get a look in at all in that first game. They know that needs to change because he is a proven tournament player. Sweeping changes from Miroslav Kobek. South Africa are without the suspended Spapelo Sitole and Temba Zwane after both were sent off in the World Cup opener in Mexico. They've reverted to a back four and made 3 changes. Tapelo Maseko, Tenente Mbata and Oswin Apolis come in, and they will all play just behind striker Ikram Reyners. 20-year-old defender Mbakazi joined Chicago Fire at the start of this year and has made an impact there. Well, it's only the second time these two nations have met. The first was a 2-2 draw in the Confederations Cup way back in 1997. The World Cup bringing nations and continents together. Both head coaches are the same age, 74, and they're still not the oldest in the tournament. Take Africa, Curacao, 78. South Africa couldn't have had a worse start, really, in the opening match of this World Cup in Mexico. Beaten 2-0 with 2 players sent off. Czechia took the lead in their game against South Korea, but that did not last long, and they lost 2-1. And the amount of changes their head coach has made suggests what he thought of all that, really, Danny.
Yeah, without question. I think the way that you look at it is that it's very attack-minded, and it's to get support to the 2 centre-forwards as well.
Countdown to kickoff. Here we go with Czechia starting the game against South Africa. 2 teams who need to kickstart their World Cup after opening defeats. Here is Vladimir Krejci, their captain, who's just been relegated from the English Premier League with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Remains to be seen whether he'll stay there in the second tier of English football. Sofal. Lucas Scherv. Czechs on their front foot already. And 6. Well, they had a free header there, and it was ultimately very tame almost. He looked like he was surprised again.
Yeah, it's as though it came a little bit too early for him. We know how good he is, and he does really well, because he just peels off at the back post and he finds himself free. And it's just a really poor header. And as you quite rightly said, early opportunity, a big opportunity in this game. But what's already apparent is, with the Czechia team, is that in the first game in particular, Schick was finding himself really isolated. Now he's dropping a little bit deeper, and he's got midfield runners getting beyond him, and also he's got Lojek, who's now going to be his centre-forward partner, who's blessed with great pace as well. So I don't think he'll be isolated, because that's when he gets frustrated, and it's important that that doesn't happen from his perspective.
Well, Lojek has run onto this. Czechia could have been ahead in the first minutes, and now they have a corner.
And that's what you'll get from Lojek. Consistently, just playing on the shoulder of the last defender. Does it really well. Also played on the wing as well. So he'll be a really good partner for Schick, who likes to come towards the ball and then get himself into the box. But a really good start from Czechia. And we know how important set pieces are for them as well. And South Africa not necessarily the best at defending them.
And there is some considerable height to aim for here. Czechia is so good on their set pieces. South Africa looking for a breakout though, and it has reached Apolis. Ocon. Mudau. Mbata. McQueen. Both these nations trying to pick up the pieces after a disappointing start to this tournament of tournaments.
I think one of the big problems that Czechia had in that first game as well, you look at them when they're attacking, they want to be a back three. But when they're defending, it's a 5. But more often than not, too often, it was a back 5. And there was nothing really going forward in those wider areas. And they love to do well from crosses into the box. But the wing-backs weren't able to get forward.
Vladimir Darida has been taken out there, and it's a free kick and a bright start here from Czechia.
Yeah, they have. They've been on the front foot, and you know they've made some very attack-minded changes from the first game. In particular, in midfield, Sadilek, he'll get forward. Cherv will get forward as well. I think at times what you'll find is Darida, he'll be the one, although he's a very, very much a senior player, he'll be the one that will sit back, allowing the other 2 midfielders to go up and support the front man.
McQueen just spoken to there by Tori Penzo. Mikhail Sadilek is over this free kick for Czechia, aimed towards Sofal, straight into the danger zone, and it's going to go for a corner off Jaden Adams.
You have to be so switched on with the set pieces. You can see that even before the free kick's taken, the height advantage that Czechia have. Unfortunately, South Africa are given a number of set pieces away early on in the game.
Will that prove costly? It's so far to send it in. Well, nothing came of that one, but they'll be back for more. Sadilek with a poor effort, but set pieces are their thing. And 13 of their 26 goals in qualifying, including 3 of them in the playoffs, and of course a goal from a long throw for starters here.
And I think that's really important in South Africa. They don't defend too deep. They can't invite pressure on, because all of a sudden it can be then, you know, a last second attempt at a clearance, and that can go anywhere, whether it goes for a throw in, whether it goes for a corner. So as much as possible, the 2 centre backs, Ocon and Umbakazi, they need to try and get the team up the field.
Logic. That turned into some centre. And Sadilek is there to score. And their brilliant start to the game is quickly rewarded. Mikhail Sadilek. Both teams know what they have to do here, but it's the Czechian team that has struck first.
And it was one of the players that was brought in to make a difference, getting forward from midfield. Initially, it's poor defending. They're just able to get in behind and give great credit to Logic. He does really well. And then Mudau, he's not aware of the player that's behind him, so he thinks he can let it go just in front of him, and he's going to be able to clear the ball. But Sadilek, he had other ideas, and he finds the ball at his feet, and it's a lovely finish as well. One of those ones, he has a look where the goalkeeper is, he has a look where the goal is, then he gets his head down, because as they always say, the goals don't move, and it's a great strike. It's a wonderful start for Czechia.
And it's a rather unlikely goal scorer, it must be said. His only other goal for his country came 3 years ago. This week, he's been saving himself for this moment.
Yeah. And it's one of the things that I think since the last game, obviously, where they lost their opening game, I think there was a lot of talk about the midfield just being too defensive-minded. And that's a way to make the most of the changes that you have made. And Sadilek, like I say, such an impressive player. And there's a lot of attack-mindedness within that midfield of Czechia as well. And it's proved really good for them so far in this game.
And Bakazi away to Madiba. Sofal steps in, but his clearance only goes to Jaden Adams. Maseko. Adams. And that's a clear free kick. Well, next on Fox, as the World Cup keeps on rolling, it's Switzerland against Bosnia-Herzegovina.
just as we see the goal again. Just see how many plays they've committed forward. 7 players in shot in terms of getting forward. That was not happening in the first game, and I think the problem is for Czechia is when Schick is your furthest forward player, he now has the ability to drop a little bit deeper, and he knows that he's going to get runners in behind him, and that's going to be really important because, you know, his link-up play is exceptional, but he needs those players around him. So otherwise he does become a very frustrated figure in games. But so far so good from Czechia's side of things.
Well, they're getting some passes together here. Brilliant from Czechia. Sofal's cross. Excellent clearance by Modau, but now the flag has gone up.
And once again, the play starts with Schick. He's now comfortable in dropping that little bit deeper. He's the one that initially starts the play, and you can see there is 2 players offside, Sofal being one of them. But once again, players getting forward. They've just got one thing in their mind. Can they attack the box? And so far at the moment, South Africa, they're struggling to get going, because what Czechia are doing, and they're doing it really well, when they lose the ball, they're getting back quickly into that back 5. And a lot of the times, the passes that you've seen from South Africa, they're sideways and backwards, and there's been no real progression as of yet.
South Africa caught in a whirlwind early on here in Atlanta. In the first game of the day in the World Cup. And Bakazi, who left Orlando Pirates in South Africa for Chicago Fire back in January. You've seen a bit of him?
I have, yeah. I've covered him a few times this season. Not the biggest, but he is brave, he is quick, his use of the ball is very good as well. And what he'll do, he'll step out, and I think it's important that one of the centre-backs can step out for South Africa, because Czechia are not a team that necessarily are going to press. So if you can have a centre-back that can step out, all of a sudden you can cause problems in midfield.
Maseko looking to make something happen here for South Africa. But they'll have to take a different route, if there is to be a route. Bakazi. Modiba. South Africa playing in their 4th World Cup. They went out in the group stage in each of the last 3, including as hosts back in 2010. Czechia ahead in 6 minutes. Ron Williams is their goalkeeper and captain, the face of a nation. Maseko. Czechia stay calm. Soika. South Africa could come back at them though. Apolis. And that was pretty close. Took a diversion en route. Will be a corner. Some of the South African fans here thought that had gone in.
Yeah, it took a wicked deflection, but he finds himself in space coming in off that left wing. And you just see Apolis as well. He knows how close it was after the deflection, but that's better. Apolis just tucking in off that left wing position, not being afraid to have a strike.
And Oswin Apolis will take this corner. Mokoena. Modiba. He's gone for it from range, and that was the height of ambition, I feel.
It was. When the ball initially went to Mbakazi, left-sided centre-back, he's not afraid to strike from distance, and he does have an incredible strike. So don't be surprised if you see the centre-back going forward, maybe 25, 30 yards out. He goes for a striker goal because he is well worthy of having a strike, and he scored a wonderful goal for South Africa in the lead-up to this competition. from about 30 yards out.
Czechia already looking good. Derrida unable to advance. Hollis. Two strikers nearly linked up, nearly but not quite.
It's difficult for South Africa in the middle at the moment. Just as you see, lovely bit of skill from Lojek. Just looks to play it through. Unfortunately, from Czechia's perspective, wasn't able to do that. But the problem that South Africa are having at the moment, they've only got 2 midfielders. Czechia have got 3, so there's always that extra pass. So you've got Mokoena and Adams. They're doing a lot of running, and at times they are chasing shadows in that area because Czechia have the overload in there. And allowing the midfielders to go forward. And more often than not, the team that dominates the midfield goes on to win the game. And that's the way that things are going at the moment for Czechia.
Krejci. Derrida got himself into the box there in between the strikers. Free kick for South Africa. Foul by Krejci. Here's Madiba. Majority of this South African squad made up of Mamelodi Sundowns players and Orlando Pirates champions.
I think what can be difficult at times, because you've already mentioned it, there's a number of players that play for South Africa that play domestically in South Africa, and they play for the dominant teams. Yet when they come to play for South Africa, there has to be a little bit more pragmatic in playing the counter-attack, and because of that, I think they can sort of get caught in between the two, and they're not necessarily counter-attacking, not necessarily possession, and they leave themselves open.
Now there could be an opening here. They just needed a break of the ball, South Africa, and it seemed to come off Reyners and go wide.
Yeah, it's one of those ones at the near post. If you look at South Africa, the players that are in there, they're expecting Krejci to get it, so they're not prepared for it. I think you've got Maseko in there and Reyners, and I think they were actually surprised when the ball went past Krejci, but that's better from South Africa on the attacking side of things.
So as it stands, Czechia level on points with South Korea and Mexico, who meet later. Final game of this day. Czechia's final game, though, against Mexico in Mexico City. Patrick Schick is clipped by Madiba.
It's a poor challenge as well from Madiba. I think Schick has nearly had as many touches in this game as he did in the entirety against South Korea, and that is because every time he drops off, just as we're seeing the foul, he's dropping deep a lot of the time, but on his shoulder is Lojek. So instead of the centre-backs being able to go really tight with Schick, they're then worried about the spacing behind, and they're doing it really well at the moment. Schick's dropping deep, and just as he's dropping, Lojek is getting beyond him. The two centre-backs, they're not comfortable then in playing a high line, so that gives the extra time and space for Schick to bring his teammates in.
Sadilek, the goal scorer, looking to turn provider here. Set-piece scenario that so often favours Czechia. Derrida has whipped that one in, but it's swerved away from Schick and drifted wide. Maciej Kovac out to meet that. Czechia's goalkeeper. Seiko flying through the air. Vladimir Sofal. No place in the starting lineup for the much-capped Tomasz Souček today. He's on the bench.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of talk about that leading up to the game. He was left out of one of the games in the qualifiers as well, and I think this is a game where you want to have your attack-minded central midfielders in there, and yes, he'll get forward, but more often than not, it's on set pieces. Just having a word with Craig G, the referee, Tori Penso. You didn't need to listen to the words to hear, well, sorry, to understand that that's 2 times. Your next one, you're going to be getting a yellow card. Let's see it again. Late challenge.
Don't think he's a stranger to such cards, somehow. Reynolds. Supported by Apollos. Rodiba. Apollos. Rudau. Mbakazi. South Africa already having to do this the hard way, having conceded after 6 minutes, having had 2 players sent off in their opening match in Mexico. That's a free kick for Lojek. And we felt the force of that.
See coming towards the ball. 2-handed push in the back from Ocon that had followed him all the way from centre-back. It's an interesting one. He did feel the full force, but the referee, Tori Penso, has actually given a free kick. South Africa. Something must have just gone on before that occurred.
Here's Adams. Pinged it over towards Rodiba. That's an inviting cross as well. Apollos. Mokoena.
The two wingers at the moment for South Africa, what they're looking to do, they're looking to go really, really wide, because what's happening, the wing-backs of Czechia are going man for man, and we've seen a couple of times South Africa look to try and exploit that space in those wider areas, and they've got in a couple of times. Just because of simple fact, that's the wing-back, how close he's getting, then they're dragging centre-backs out wide. Centre-backs do not want to be in the wide areas. And it's obviously a ploy from Czechia's side of things to have Soika and Sofal, the 2 wing-backs, to get really, really tight, but they are leaving space in behind.
And it's time for a cooling break at the midway point of the half. Czechia off to a flyer here. An unlikely goal scorer, Mikel Sadilek, after just 6 minutes. Given them the edge here. Back for more shortly.
Did you know not all batteries are the same? For example, only Duracell batteries are built different with power boost ingredients. And Duracell are the only batteries that make this sound every time you say power boost ingredients. See? Duracell batteries with power boost ingredients. You try. Told ya. Duracell batteries are built different with power boost ingredients. And they're built right here in the USA with US and global parts.
Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 viewing experience. Build it like Beckham from the living room to the lawn with the Home Depot. Create a box seating experience with flowers for pops of color surrounding your pitch, the smell of grilled favorites, and a freshly painted fence sporting your team's colors. Fast free delivery is your home field advantage with charcoal, string lights, or whatever the game calls for right to your door. A clean assist. Build it like Beckham for match day. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter. Subject to availability.
FIFA World Cup takes the global stage from June 11th through July 19th on Fox 1, the official English streaming platform of FIFA World Cup 2026. Stream all 104 matches live and get closer to the action with a personalized viewing experience built around you. Choose up to 4 streams with multi-view, catch highlights before jumping into the action, get live stats in real time, and replay key plays instantly. Experience the FIFA World Cup live on Fox 1. Watch 3 days free. For details, visit fox.com. Offers are subject to change. See Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions.
Well, Czechia hold the advantage here during the hydration break, and their coach is having a lot to say during this break.
Which is very interesting, because when we see South Africa, it's more of a conversation between the 11 players that are playing and not necessarily the coach and staff. So 2 different ways of doing things. But obviously, from South Africa's perspective, they'll look at it and think, okay, you know, maybe we can take control of this a little bit better, because it was a really good start from Czechia. And then we've seen South Africa start to grow into the game, start to find spaces in behind the 2 wing-backs, because the 2 wing-backs go in man for man, and the 2 full-backs for South Africa.
2 nations who lost their opening games need to make it happen here. We're back on it. Back at it with a throw for Krejci. Modiba will go back to Ron Williams. He played every minute of qualifying for South Africa. 66 caps. Apolis. Modiba. Well, that's a pass. South Africa didn't really make the most of that. They may come again. Even their keeper Williams is a long way out here as they look to start something special, which would bring them level in this contest.
Yeah, at the moment they're just trying to separate the back 5 of Czechia. The 2 wingers or even the full-backs playing really, really wide, and then they're trying to get runners in between the wing-backs and the outside centre-backs. That's why they're just trying to find that time, but they've got to know at times as well that Czechia, they'll be okay with this happening. So when they go, they have to go really, really quickly with it.
So far, saw that coming. Patrick Schick. Schick, who was such a lonesome figure in the opening game and such a pivotal player for them. USA made a pulsating start to this World Cup in their homeland, and they face Australia tomorrow on Fox, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. Australia made a pretty good start as well. That is going to be a match.
It will be, no question about it. The performance from the US, I think it was one of the highlights of the first set of games. Just was just seeing the foul. It's a late challenge from Lojek and McQuaina. Yeah, I think you could feel, I'm not saying that everything changed after that US match, but all of a sudden you could just see the belief, not just in the players, but I think the crowd, the supporters, everything, the whole nation and it was an absolutely magnificent performance. Near enough perfection. I don't think Pochettino could have asked for anything more.
You don't get days like that very often in football.
Now you've got to follow it up. But yeah, they were absolutely brilliant.
Madiba. Free kick is given against Ranach. Krejci in charge of Maseko. Czechia were twice runners-up in the World Cup as Czechoslovakia back in 1934 and 1962. This is their 10th World Cup, but first for 20 years. Schick is going to be onto this. Oh, Schick alongside. Schick binding his time. Sadilek, who's already scored. Krejci. Czechia taking a different route. Vladimir Sofal. And Holesh will go back to his keeper.
Well, Schick just had his 12th touch of the game. And the difference in this game between the game against South Korea, he's already taken over the amount of touches he had in the entirety of that game on the field, where he only had 11. And it's been such a big difference because now he's not afraid to drop deep. He'll get the ball, link up, has the ability then to turn and bring others in. And the more he sees of the ball, the better it's going to be, because more opportunities will then flow.
Darida. And Bakazi won that tussle. No contest. Full kick for Apolis, taken out by Tomasz Holesh.
And that's what's happening. That's where South Africa just have to understand the two. So the two wingers in this team, the outside centre-backs for Czechia, are going all the way with them. The two wing-backs are going man-for-man on the full-backs. So what you need is a midfield runner that can take advantage of that space, because there's plenty of space because of how much Czechia on the defensive side are going man-for-man.
Madiba. Steered away by Sofal. Czechia hoping to reach the knockout phase of the World Cup for the first time since 1990, when they lost to the eventual winners, West Germany, as they were there. A reminder that James Corden and the After Hours crew will be on Fox tonight for another nightly wrap of today's World Cup action with special guests, midnight local on Fox. Tori Penza is going to play the advantage here. Sofal didn't turn into much of one, and the yellow card is going to come out as she catches up with Mokoena.
I don't think there can be any complaints either. A really late challenge, just trying to press high. Machev's just too quick for Mokoena. And he's complaining to Tori Penso, but I really don't think there can be any complaints in that scenario. Just see as the ball's gone, and then he's caught. And Tori Penso, the referee, in a really good position as well.
And adding to their disciplinary issues, having had two players sent off in the opening game, Mokoena will now be suspended for the final game. Second yellow of the tournament. So he won't feature against South Korea. We're running out of players at this rate.
They are. But it is interesting from Czechia. They are going man for man. They're going man for man all over the field. So what you need now from South Africa is one of their players to make a really unselfish run and just open the space up, because that's what's going to give them their opportunities.
Ball pass from Apollos. Rocek put it through. It was actually Hollis who goes off into the box, coming up from the back.
And that will have led, because Czechia won the ball back, and as you quite rightly say, Hollis, he will have been really high up on the man-for-man marking side of things, just that final pass. And what I mean by it is, in terms of the man-for-man marking, is what's happened is Czechia all over the pitch, well, the defensive side of the field, they're going man-for-man. So what you need is maybe one of the wingers to say, I'm going to take myself out of the equation. But by doing that, you're going to take one of the centre-backs out. But then what you need is an intelligent run from one of the players, because at the moment you're seeing quite stereotypical runs from wingers, from the number 10, and that needs to change. That's how you're going to get opportunities against this Czechia team that have just said, okay, defensively we are going man for man, because they believe defensively that they can be stronger than the attack from South Africa, even if it's man for man.
Ten minutes remain in this first half, plus added on time. Rudau. It's won by Horanac. And here's Adams. Flag has gone up for offside.
He might take a run from a player like Adams. He's sort of a box-to-box player. He can get forward to go and join him, but it might take a run from him. Just a late run that can get him in, and just see their Reiners in an offside position. But it could be one of those third-man runs where it's not necessarily a player that's involved, but another player coming from deeper into the space.
Lošek now trying to see off Ocon, who stuck to his task in fairness. And now Tapelo Maseko being urged forward by the South African support here. Reiners. Maseko pulls it back. And it's away by Sherv for a corner.
It's really good attacking play from South Africa. Once you get the beating of the player that's marking you, there's so much space to run into, and you see that with Maseko when the ball goes to him. This first touch probably a little bit too heavy. It means he has to really speed up, getting the ball into the middle, and give credit to Kovac, because he's out really quick. And Czechia, they're able to defend the lines, but so much better from South Africa, getting numbers forward and some really good runs as well.
Oswin Apollos takes the corner. He's going to get it back, and he's going to get it in there. Lošek leading the charge for Czechia. Good challenge on him, though. Mokoena. Adams. Rudau's cross is blocked. And here's Mbata. Williams. Oh, that was risky for Mbakazi.
You would have thought they would have learned that lesson from the first game that they played in. But you can see, obviously, Williams, the experience that he's got. He's trying to play out from the back because he's trying to drag the Czechia players out. But you have to be very, very careful, because when you keep getting the ball back as a goalkeeper, obviously the opposition are going to go a little bit further towards your own goal.
Well, the long throw served Sofal and Czechia well in the opening game against South Korea when they opened the scoring. And he's ready to launch it again.
And it's a wonderful run as well from Krejci.
South Africa know what's coming. It's what they can do about it. Sofal looking for Krejci again. He wasn't allowed near it. Coming up, the Visa half-time show on Fox as Peen and Guest look back on this first half here in Atlanta. I used to live 2 doors away from Juan Pablo Angel in Birmingham, England, back in the day. There were no wild parties or anything. Small world. The yellow card has been flashed.
Yeah, there's a number of fouls then. The initial one, Tori Penso plays the advantage. The second one, she wasn't able to. That's the first one, the initial one, and Schick, and then there's one not long after as well. He's been really good this first half, Schick, as in terms of his movement, dropping in between the midfield and the defence of South Africa, and the centre-backs haven't known when to go with him, and the midfielders haven't wanted to drop too deep, so he's found himself in a really good area at times.
It was Talente Mbata who was booked, joining Mokoena on that front. Yellow cards for South Africa, always a worry, having had 2 reds in the opening game.
Just looking at Logic here, the way that he's stepped up, he fancies his chances from this distance.
He's certainly got that pose, hasn't he? Adam Logic, and way over and out.
Had the pose, didn't quite have the finish.
What a player he was, now the general manager of the Czechia national team, Pavel Nedved.
Oh, he was outstanding, wasn't he? Remember his time at Juventus. Oh, what a player.
He might have put that one in the top corner.
Yeah, he probably would have done. He was... What a talent pool they had then.
Oh, what a team.
Phenomenal.
Haranac won that. Mbata. Will South Africa have something to offer before half-time? Apolis. The offside flag immediately went up there, straight away.
Adams is going crazy at his teammates. He made that 3rd man run, and he was free. If it could have been played through, he was through on goal. There was going to be nobody anywhere near him. That's what he needs to do more of. But more importantly, the players need to be aware of that as well, the runs that he's making.
Olesh. Mbata had to release that swiftly and did. Ocon. Some crisp passes here. Reyners. Ocon. Maseko. Oh, he's done brilliantly here. And his cross cannons off Krejci for a corner to encourage South Africa in the closing stages of the half.
Yeah, really good wing play from Maseko. He's looked dangerous every time he's got onto the ball.
Short corner failed miserably. The referee Tori Penso overruling her assistant there and giving the throw to South Africa. Mokoena and Bakazi. Can South Africa end this half on a high and grab a much-needed equaliser? A loose touch there from Ocon. Tried to make amends and in fact secured a throw. Reyners. This is better and this is promising for South Africa. Madiba, Adams. Mokoena just couldn't resist.
Always rising, but once again it's Adams. He's the free player. He's the one that's not being man-for-man marked when he's going forward, and it's no surprise that the ball goes to him and he lays it off for Mokoena. Very adventurous effort.
Sherv gave it back to Krejci. Sadilek secures a throw. There will be 4 minutes added on to this first half. Czechia looking for a second goal that would mean so much to them. Schick was in there, but it was never reaching him. Derrida. And a goal kick. Ime Ocon there, who only made his debut in the March friendlies. He's one of the few in the squad who doesn't play in South Africa with Hanover in Germany. One minute of the additional 3 down.
I think it was a really good start from Czechia. South Africa starting to get themselves back into the game as well, creating a few problems. They just need to, when possible, just get a few more players forward just to support the likes of Reyners and Maseko and Apolis. But they'll go in at half-time and they'll believe that they are still in this game, because as you've quite rightly said, Czechia, they've knocked on the door a few times, but they've not been able to get that second goal as of yet.
It's a free kick for South Africa, still hope in the time that remains in this first half in Atlanta. Free kick taken from the wrong place. Halfway through stoppage time. Ocon. Apolis. Mbata. Maseko. Plenty of possession for South Africa, but they need to find a way to hurt Czechia. Maseko was waiting there, but it was actually Ludau who had advanced. South Africa have much to do if they are to avoid a 4th successive World Cup exit at the group stage. Time running out in this first half. Will South Africa get a glimpse of goal here? They might well do. Madiba! Keeper couldn't hold on to it. It's a brilliant block from Krejci. And now Czechia powering forward. Was it? And that is that as far as the first half is concerned. Well, Czechia were really positive from the off here and got the reward after just 6 minutes through Michal Sadilek. They're one up at the break. It's back to you, Pin.
Czechia 1, South Africa 0.
Ian, Danny, thank you very much. Well, Czechia and South Africa both trying to bounce back from losses. The goal from Michal Sadilek is the difference. They lead South Africa by a goal to nil. Coming up, highlights from the first half and the latest from the US camp ahead of tomorrow's big game against Australia.
You're locked into a lot of things you can't change. Weather, traffic.
Hey, stay in your lane.
Your wireless carrier's latest price hike. But you can unlock a better way. Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. Switch to the $25 a month unlimited wireless plan. No contracts, no price hikes, and you keep your phone. Stop being locked into their games. Unlock the savings at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line of payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months on the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Did you know not all batteries are the same? For example, only Duracell batteries are built different with power boost ingredients. And Duracell are the only batteries that make this sound every time you say power boost ingredients. See? Duracell batteries with power boost ingredients. You try. Told you. Duracell batteries are built different with power boost ingredients. And they're built right here in the USA with US and global parts.
Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 viewing experience. Build it like Beckham from the living room to the lawn with the Home Depot. Create a box seating experience with flowers for pops of color surrounding your pitch, the smell of grilled favorites, and a freshly painted fence sporting your team's colors. Fast free delivery is your home field advantage with charcoal, string lights, or whatever the game calls for right to your door. A clean assist. Build it like Beckham for match day. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter. Subject to availability.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
FIFA World Cup takes the global stage from June 11th through July 19th on Fox 1, the official English streaming platform of FIFA World Cup 2026. Stream all 104 matches live and get closer to the action with a personalized viewing experience built around you. Choose up to 4 streams with multi-view, catch highlights before jumping into the action, get live stats in real time, and replay key plays instantly. Experience the FIFA World Cup live on Fox 1. Watch 3 days free. For details, visit Fox.com. Offers are subject to change. See Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions.
Are you looking for support in your weight management journey? Zepbound tirzepatide may be able to help. Zepbound is a prescription medicine used with a reduced calorie diet and increased physical activity to help adults with obesity or some adults with overweight who also have weight-related medical problems to lose excess body weight and keep the weight off. Zepbound is approved as a 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, or 15 milligram injection. Zepbound contains tirzepatide and should not be used with other tirzepatide-containing products or any GLP-1 receptor agonist medicines. It is not known if Zepbound is safe and effective for use in children. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer, or if you've had multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling.
The FIFA World Cup 2026 halftime show on Fox is presented by Visa.
Well, Czechia took the lead early today in Atlanta. Mikel Sadilek finding the back of the net in the 6th minute against South Africa, his second international goal. Well, welcome back inside our Fox Sports studios. I'm P. Moonstein with Mikel, John Obi, Collie Lloyd and Juan Pablo Angel. What it was, Collie, the absolute perfect start for Czechia 6 minutes into the game, and they have the lead.
It was, and we talked about set pieces being crucial for the side. A throw in here. Really poor defending from South Africa, but great combinations. Sadilek gets one in the back of the net, and a perfect start. Nice little celebration there.
Yeah, I think Patrick did extremely well in here, just holding up the defender, playing the ball back. And then Alexander Sokia, a good place. And Sadilek, what a great finish, 1-0 up.
Oh, that pass there, that touch in it. Sometimes you hit those passes and you can overheat it. The weight of the pass and the finish from Sadilek, absolutely superb.
Nice little celebration as well. This is an interesting moment because there was a yellow card here from Mokoena, which means he's going to miss the next game.
The big man, the most vital man in that midfield, the reinforcer, you call him, Mokoena, is going to be an absolute miss for them. It's going to be a must-win game for them, but to miss this guy in the midfield, oh, big miss for them.
You would think that they would have learned last match with
exactly,
all the
you know,
red cards.
Listen, the game isn't over. Let's see how it goes in the second half.
Yeah, OK, plenty still to play for. Let's have a look at the live standings in Group A. As things stand, Czechia would pick up 3 really important points if they are able to hang on. Mexico and South Korea face off in a huge game later tonight. Well, some news from the Brazil camp. The Brazil Federation have announced that Neymar will not travel with the team for tomorrow's game. He continues his recovery from a calf injury. Brazil set to face Haiti in Philadelphia. And coming up next, the US men's team will be back in action tomorrow to take on Australia. We'll bring you the latest from their camp when we return after this.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock.
Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months of the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Are you looking for support in your weight management journey? Zepbound tirzepatide may be able to help. Zepbound is a prescription medicine used with a reduced calorie diet and increased physical activity to help adults with obesity or some adults with overweight who also have weight-related medical problems to lose excess body weight and keep the weight off. Zepbound is approved as a 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, or 15 milligram injection. Zepbound contains tirzepatide and should not be used with other tirzepatide-containing products or any GLP-1 receptor agonist medicines. It is not known if Zepbound is safe and effective for use in children. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer, or if you've had multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes before scheduled procedures with anesthesia, if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems. Talk to your doctor. Call 1-800-545-5979 or visit zepbound.lilly.com.
Did you know not all batteries are the same? For example, only Duracell batteries are built different with Power Boost ingredients. And Duracell are the only batteries that make this sound every time you say Power Boost ingredients. See? Duracell batteries with Power Boost ingredients. You try. Told you. Duracell batteries are built different with Power Boost ingredients. And they're built right here in the USA with US and global parts.
An
up or corner shots just deflected by the goalie. It's a corner kick. Wow! Incredible!
Beautiful shot!
No, that fan earned 2% cash rewards buying Pulisic merch.
They're using the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo, which scores unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Scoring 2% more. Wonder what that's like.
Oh, it's like...
Score off the field with the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Visa, worldwide partner of FIFA World Cup 26.
Impressive.
Your favorite artists?
In your library.
Your favorite songs?
In your playlist.
But your favorite morning show?
Really funny. Or your favorite team in action.
Oh my goodness, he caught it!
Or your live local news, traffic, and weather?
Implications from coast to coast.
Yep, there's an app for all that too.
iHeartRadio.
We're not just streaming music, we're streaming moments.
Everyone wants to be here.
Add us to your entertainment lineup now and download the #1 app for radio.
The free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
The stage is set in Group D.
Spelling a tight angle, it's in!
This has been the performance that this country has been waiting for.
Gio Reyna, just a sensational goal.
The pace, the desire, the determination.
Big day tomorrow for the US in Seattle, and our crew will be at Pier 62 today to capture the build-up before the match against Australia. Here's Jenny Taft with the latest from the US camp.
The U.S. men's national team will have their final training session within the hour right here at the University of Washington before their match against Australia tomorrow. Now, I've been around this team throughout the World Cup, throughout the whole week, and one thing that's very clear, they feel very familiar with Australia. Remember, they beat them 2-1 in a friendly in October. Anthony Robinson saying yesterday, this is a team that's very comfortable with what they do defensively. They're dangerous on the counterattack. They're big, they're physical, and prepared to put everything on the line. Now, Captain Tim Ream said this to me yesterday. He can't believe this group has now been together for 3 weeks. The vibe and energy is so good. This team has come together in a special way, and they are prepared for their next challenge against a physical Australia.
Okay, the moment of the half, which is sponsored by Visa. And of course, it is Mikhail Sadilek who gave his nation the lead in the 6th minute. His first goal for Czechia in 3 years, and they lead South Africa 1-0. Second half is next.
iHeart. Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 viewing experience. Build it like Beckham from the living room to the lawn with the Home Depot. Create a box seating experience with flowers for pops of color surrounding your pitch, the smell of grilled favorites, and a freshly painted fence sporting your team's colors. Fast free delivery is your home field advantage with charcoal, string lights, or whatever the game calls for right to your door. A clean assist. Build it like Beckham for match day. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter. Subject to availability.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Over time, moss, mold, and mildew stains cover your home, and cleaning them is too much work. You need Wet and Forget, the easy bleach-free way to clean tough outdoor stains. For decks, patios, and cushions, use Wet and Forget outdoor spaces. No scrubbing, no rinsing. Just apply and let it do the work for you over time. Got a bigger job? Reach second-story siding and roofs with Outdoor Max. Up to a 30-foot reach and 2 times the coverage. Get Wet and Forget at Home Depot, Lowe's, and Walmart.
Everyone sees me as a football player, but before anything else, I'm human. I'm Javier Chicharito Hernandez, and every single day I'm still learning how to live with problems, mistakes, ever since I was born. This isn't a normal podcast. Everything here is spontaneous, real, and genuine. Just honest conversations about what it means to be alive. I'm Javier El Chicharito Hernandez, and this is Learning to Be Human. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Learning to Be Human, and listen now.
Last night, a blown call changed everything. This morning, the internet lost its mind. I'm Timbo, and on the Sports Slice podcast, we cut through the noise, breaking down the biggest moments, the plays, the controversies, and the stories behind the headlines that nobody else is telling. We go straight to the athletes and get their reactions, their locker room stories, the laughs, the drama, the triumphs, the moments that never make the highlight reel. Search Sports Slice on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
The World Cup 2026 on Fox is presented by Lay's.
Well, Czechia started like they meant business here and scored early through Mikhail Sadilek, a rather unusual source. Just his second goal for his country 3 years after his first. South Africa, we think, are going to make a change at the start of this second half because exciting winger Rele Bahili Mofokeng, who's only 21, has been prepared. He offers something a bit different. His figures for champions Orlando Pirates in South Africa were good. 11 goals, 9 assists. I know he's a player you like, Danny.
Yeah, he is, and I'm interested to see, because it looks like it might be Adams that's actually coming off, and then what I think you'll see is Umbertar, he'll drop back alongside Mokoena, and then that gives the space then for Mofokeng to get into that 10 position, because that's where the spaces were. No question about it. That's where the spaces were in the first half. Those were the runs that Adams was making. But with Mofokeng, he'll already be there, and I really enjoy watching him play. He's such a talent, and he can create something from nothing. But because of his age, at times he can try too hard.
He's got something about him. He's a man who could make things happen for South Africa. Mofokeng on for Adams. South Africa need to do something special in this second half. Need to recover from the situation they find themselves in. A false start. Danny, Czechia had 36% possession in that first half only and didn't look remotely bothered by that fact.
They didn't, and that's why you need a difference maker, and that's why I think Mofokeng coming onto the field, very, very clever. And what he'll do, he'll shift this Czechia team around. And I think the interesting thing is that because Czechia are going man for man, if he can find himself a little bit freer, which he has the ability to be able to do, then he could find space and bring his teammates into the game.
With another foul there, and he was booked in the first half and will miss the final game. 2 yellows in the tournament. Won't play against South Korea. And Bata also yellow carded in that first half.
And actually two defensive midfielders, so they're going to have to watch every challenge that they're making.
Can South Africa rise to this occasion? Mexico top of the table on goal difference. South Korea second. Czechia at the moment have 3 points on the board. Might just make sure of it here. Sadilek's cross. Derrida. It's a brilliant block to keep South Africa in this. Oh, it's some strike from shove though, which Ronwen Williams had to deal with.
Yeah, really good play from Czechia. Once again, it's Sadilek just going out onto that left-hand side, finding space, and then the initial shot is blocked from Derrida. And then when this one comes out to Church, strikes it really well. Goalkeeper taking absolutely no chances. He puts it behind for an early corner for Czechia. Great defending, absolutely brilliant defender. I think it ends up being Ocon, and then Williams taking no chances.
Czechia pursuing a second goal early in this second half, which would certainly give them some breathing space. as they look to secure their first points of the tournament. Schick's header. South Africa will be worried that he was allowed one, but it was straight at the keeper.
Yeah, it was a free header as well. Another one from Schick, like he got in the first minute early on, that he will want back. It's a really good opportunity. Maybe he saw it just a tad late because it did come through a number of players.
Ocon. Mudau. Flicked on by Logic. South Africa with plenty of possession, but need to find a way in and about Czechia.
It's difficult at the moment because they're so compact, the Czechia team. And at times I think you've just got to switch the play because they are really compact, so the spaces are down the sides.
That was a pass for Mudau from Ocon, and a corner will give South Africa plenty of encouragement.
Well, you can see that every member of this Czech team is doing the defensive side. That's Loček. Just as we see his centre forward partner Schick. It's good. He gets a good header on it, but he doesn't get the direction needed. You just see the referee's perspective here, comfortable enough for Williams.
Apolos has taken this corner and he'll get it back. Apolos, plenty of power on that. And Bakazi having a go from range.
He has got it in him. He has. I wouldn't be surprised to see one fly in from 30 yards from him. He's not afraid to take that strike. It's not one of those ones where, like I used to do, a centre-back stepping up and you want to waste a little bit of time, so you hit it out the stadium. It's not quite that. He's got a great strike on him.
That was your excuse, was it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And that's what I'm sticking with as well. My teammates thank me as well.
This is broken kindly. Mofokeng sending it through for Mudau, who goes down in agony.
Been very adventurous, getting forward when he can. It's a big stretch just in terms of trying to get on the end of the pass from Mofokeng. Ends up being good defending.
Painful for Kaliso Mudau, who is one of many from Mamelodi Sundowns, where he's won 8 trophies in his 5 years there.
I've just seen the challenge again. I think he was one of the players that came out from the 2-0 loss against Mexico with some credit. Very attack-minded, looking to get forward at every opportunity. Obviously, he'd be disappointed in the way the manner in which they conceded today. He wasn't aware of the player coming in behind him.
Polish away. Logic now. And Schick. Czechia on the move. Soika. Oh, it's a wonderful delivery. The reader was almost onto it. A vital interception.
And it's brilliant from Mokoena, because it looked as though the leader had got himself into a really good position to have a first-time strike on goal.
Another Czechia long throw incoming from Sofal.
A lot of these can be the second ball as well, and that's why you have to be very aware.
And now a corner. And whilst we wait for that, a reminder that you can scan the QR code on the screen to vote for the Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match. Val sends the corner in. Krejci Pops it just over, and he's annoyed with himself.
I think it's a difficult header for him. Because when you see the ball, it's always going to be drifting over his head. So he's backpedaling. And it's very difficult then. Just watch here, just sort of going backwards. And as he's trying to get it, it's so difficult because you've got to try and put the power on it and the accuracy. Always a difficult one, but he's a constant threat. Every time the ball goes into the box from set pieces, he's there or thereabouts.
He has scored 5 goals for his country, including their fastest ever, 27 seconds against Poland 3 years ago. What kept him?
And he scored the big goals in big games. He scored in both the playoffs as well against Republic of Ireland and Denmark.
Here he is again. Sent upfield by Soika. Rudau. Mokoena, and again. Oh, it's really disappointing from Maseko.
The build-up's been good. They've been able to find space. The back 5 of Czechia are very, very compact, sitting very deep as well. And they've managed to work the play into the wide edge. It's just been that final ball, just as we see the strike once again here from Cherv. Good pace on it as well. So using the goalkeeper, taking no chances.
A couple of changes coming for Czechia. Soika and Derrida have made way. On comes Yaroslav Zeleny and Pavel Schultz. South Africa desperate for an opening. But Czechia in no mood to give them one. Bata. Apolis. Bata decides to deliver, but that's wasteful. Two coaches at the same age in life, 74. Not much they don't know about the beautiful game by now. There's experience, and then there's those two guys. Hook on. Zeleny was quickly onto that. Ocon found a way out though. Ricci is bundled over. That will be a free kick. Zeleny up towards the strikers. Cherv away to Holesh. Nothing doing for Lozek. Czechia's lead remains a slender one, and that's always a concern. Madiba. Mokoena. Rudau. Czechia have a man down here.
Seems to be a coming together between Mofokeng and Cherv just off the ball. The referee's in a good position. Didn't really see what happened. I just saw it when Cherv went down. You've seen the replay there, and for me, there's nothing in that. Serve goes down and he's straight back up. He's obviously trying to get the opposition player in trouble, and for me, it's wrong. I don't like seeing things like that. I thought to myself, oh, Mofokeng must have given him a real shove or stood on his foot. It was the slightest tap on his chest and he went down. Can't stand seeing that.
I'm pretty sure he'll make a quick recovery there. And a full one.
I just don't like seeing things like that at all. In those situations when a player goes down like that, I'm thinking to myself, that should be a yellow card. Should be a yellow card for the player that's gone down like that, because you're trying to get an opposition player in trouble when there's been the slightest touch on him.
Czechia getting it together here. Zeleni's just come on, smuggles a lovely ball through. Good work by the other sub, Pavel Schultz, to try and set that up, but nothing comes of it.
Yeah, he's a good player, Schultz. I think he was very, very quiet in the opening game when they lost to South Korea, but you can see his movement, plays as a number 10. Good at finding space, and you see exactly what Sadilek's trying to do, just trying to find that far corner. Ends up being a good block in the South African defence.
Approaching the hour mark. Czechia took the lead after 6 minutes and have maintained that lead. The USA have set the tone and set the standard for their World Cup. Next up for them, it's Australia, who also made a flying start. 1 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern time on Fox, 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Such a feel-good factor around the US men's national team for sure, and that's going to be a great game.
As always, heading wide from Madiba.
Not been afraid to shoot from distance, but as of yet, not managed to hit the target. Really trouble Kovac.
10 years ago, he was playing in the Olympics. Now, it's a World Cup. Mbata. The big question is, can South Africa find a way?
You see, once again, it's man for man, and you see with Mofokeng, he's dropping a little bit deeper, but Cherv's going all the way with him. And then what they're trying to do, the number 5 Mbata, he's trying to get into the space that's been vacated from Cherv. You just see him once again here coming up against Mofokeng. It's just the running off the ball. The running off the ball needs to be better, because when it is man for man like Czechia are going for, there are a lot of spaces, and the spaces tend to be right there. And then you drag a centre back out, then you're on your way.
That ball is now for Mudau. Offside flag has gone up anyway, so nothing would have counted.
But that's the movement. That's the movement, because you saw it was a polish that came all the way across. The centre-back goes out with him. Then it's that third man run in behind. Look at all the space now, because the centre-back had been dragged out. But just the run. Just too early, sorry, too late from Mudau. And he knows it as well. But that's the way to get at this Czechia defence, because they're being so rigid in terms of going that man for man. It's probably 7 players going man for man, and they're just leaving the forwards to it.
Kovac inviting more pressure momentarily with his kick out there. Krejci. Zeleni. And Bakazi using his strength. Apolis. Mbata. Apolis. Lost it. Schultz goes back to the other man who came on with him, Jaroslav Zeleny. Zeleny seeing plenty of the ball since his arrival. Schultz ahead of him. Scherv. Krejci, the captain. Sadalek, the goal scorer. Krejci. Reminder that James Corden and the After Hours crew will be on Fox tonight. Bit like local. We're down, not for the first time, on the receiving end.
It's a late challenge, and it's not so much the challenge, but it's just then Loschek, as he goes down, he lands on Mudau. That's what makes it all the more painful. Just see Loschek just going up to him as well. I don't think there was any intent whatsoever. His foot came down on Mudau.
Czechia only held their lead for 8 minutes against South Korea. They've held on to it a lot longer here. But it could still be rather nervous and edgy for them as this game advances.
And they've looked relatively comfortable at the back at the moment. You know, there's not been any real occasions where you've seen the centre-backs running back towards their own goal. A lot of the South African players coming to get the ball to feet. Nobody's stretching the game, so therefore it's a lot easier for the midfield and the defence of Czechia to stay really close and compact.
South Africa ended with 4 points in their last 2 World Cups, which ironically this time around would have been enough to get them through. Further changes coming here for Czechia. Lucas Provod is coming on. So is Tomas Souček. South Africa are also planning a change. Just one by the look of it. Evidence Makopa is coming on for them in place of Ikram Reyners, who hasn't really been able to get into it, probably not down to him. And here come those changes for Czechia. Adam Zolek is one of those who will come off. And the goal scorer Sadalek too, as Tomas Souček comes on for his 91st cap, the most cap player in this squad. Left out of the starting lineup. But he has a fair chunk of this game in which to make his mark, and he certainly can be a threat on corners and set pieces, as we've seen. Provod involved straight away. And potential for a long throw as everybody makes their way forward here for Czechia. All bar one. Long throw that was effective against South Korea. The man who scored then, Krejci, got to that as well. Second Czechia goal would come as a relief. Looked like a foul there. But nothing given for Provo. Hook on now for Mudau. Seiko lost his way. And a cooling break midway through this second half. Czechia's lead remains intact. South Africa have to come good soon. Back soon.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
What is it that you thought your brother did for a living in those years?
Oh, well, I knew that he was, for the most part, I had the feeling that he was in the business of gaming and...
That is William Michael Bulger, or Billy, as he's usually called. His 18-year reign as president of the Massachusetts Senate is still, to this day, the longest tenure in history. Once his historic run was finished, he became the president of the University of Massachusetts. He has also received his Doctor of Jurisprudence from Boston College Law School, and he has more than 20 honorary degrees from a wide variety of esteemed institutions. And despite all of these accomplishments and accolades, what William Michael Bulger will most likely be remembered for is something that was largely out of his control. It is the one thing in life that is out of everyone's control. Family.
They were lucky they didn't try to do nothing.
That is James Bulger. You may know him better as Whitey. Billy's story would never be complete without Whitey, and vice versa. But there are more people involved than just the two brothers from the Old Harbor Village Housing Project in South Boston. To examine the lives of the Bulger brothers, one must examine the brutal deaths of 19 relatively unknown souls. This is a story about evil incarnate. This is Dirty Rats.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
Take Me Home, Country Roads has been reverberating around this magnificent stadium in Atlanta. Yes, I know I was singing along to it as well in the break. What a tune.
Yeah. I thought you'd have a good voice. Like many times working with you, I was wrong.
Great not. So we are ready to resume here. South Africa still trailing. And we'll be left with 0 points after 2 matches if it stays that way, with Mexico and South Korea meeting each other later. We'll see. Ranach will be forced to go back here. Over towards Vladimir Safal. Provod over there too. What have South Africa got left to show us here? An opening day nightmare in the World Cup as they finish with 9 men against Mexico. Can Czechia see this out and join Mexico and South Korea on 3 points? South Africa threatening here, though. Mofokeng. Apolis. For all their possession, South Africa, and there's been plenty of that, they haven't really asked a question of Achai Kovash.
Yeah.
Too often?
Yeah, it's been a lot of sideways and backwards passing, and like I say, you look at Czechia, more often than not, they can see the opposition player's number in front of them, so there's no real fear at the moment of that playing behind.
Aquina sends that in. Well, he had to adjust himself. Makopa.
You see what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to redirect it to Apolis, who had made a really good run to try and get on a knockdown. He wasn't able to, and just went harmlessly back to Kovac in goal.
Socek. Foul by Mofokeng.
Just see there, just gets it all wrong. See what he's trying to do. He is trying to head it down towards Apolis, who makes the great run. He's not able to do it.
Pavel Schultz. Couldn't keep a hold of it. Socek. Seiko is down for South Africa, but back on his feet now. Vladimir Sofal was furthest forward there for Czechia, so out of position at the moment.
And this is where you have to go forward now if you're quick from South Africa, because it's only for a short amount of time that Czechia are out of position.
Well, we said he was no stranger to a yellow card. Krejci. He didn't make much of a secret about that one.
Ends up being a really good turn from Maseko, just too quick for Krejci. Maybe you go back to the first half as well, when Tori Penso said to Krejci, you've had two, one more. That's yellow card. To be fair to him, he's managed to hold it back a little while until he did get it.
He's done all right. He did not heed the final warning from Tori. The final 15 minutes of this match. Will this be a key moment in it for South Africa? Bakazi, as you say, likes a shot from distance, but a route blocked on that occasion. We need a new ball.
Told you he had plenty of power behind it when he strikes the ball.
Punctured it.
the ball didn't want anything to do with it whatsoever. Moved out, just making sure the referee knows as well.
Krejci clears. Mudau. South Africa plugging away, desperate for an equaliser that would change the course of this game and their World Cup, perhaps. Czechia quite happy to watch all these passes that aren't going anywhere at the moment. Krejci clears and secures the throw. $67,442 in Atlanta for this, as Czechia make another change. Lucas Cherv is instructed to speed up a bit as he's replaced by David Zima. '26th cap for Zima of Slavia Prague. There's going to be a yellow card, you would think, coming the way of Socek. Oh, no, he's been let off there.
South African players were in agreement with you. And so was Hugo Gross as well, the South Africa coach.
It was Mokoena and grabbed his arm, but bit of leniency from Tory there. Apollis just trickled away from him. However, it will be a corner as South Africa look for this equaliser that has proved evasive so far. In fact, goal kick now. So they're not going to get their chance to send the ball in.
It's just that first touch. It's just too heavy. Yeah, it's a good call as well. Really good call. Good defending from Krejci, and then he rebounds back off Apollis.
Well, that's a loose pass which allows South Africa to go on the move. Makopa. Mudau. And Bata just tickled away by Krejci. Mudau. Ocon. Mokoena. Apollis. South Africa spraying the passes around, waiting for a moment, and it would be a big moment if they were to equalise as we enter the last 10 minutes plus stoppage time. Apollis. Aseko. Opened up for the curler. Claiming handball there, and it's given. A penalty is given against Pavel Schütz. And South Africa have a chance to level it.
Well, we haven't seen the replay yet, but there's no real protest from Schultz. This would be interesting to see the replay. Tori Penzo is in a really good position. As we just see as the ball's played, it's good play from Aseko. I don't know. It's one of those ones where I don't think his arm is in an unnatural position.
Let's hear from Mark Clattenburg. What do you think, Mark?
Well, when I looked at the first replay, if the ball touches his front arm, I get where Danny's coming from. His arm's tucked into his body. But I think it hits the second hand, which is away from the body. So if it hits the back arm, which is coming away from the body, I think that's a penalty kick, because when the arm comes away from the body like that, it's making his body bigger. But if the ball touches his first arm, I think it would have been extremely harsh because it was close. But it definitely hits the second arm, which is away from the body, and the referee was in a good position to award a correct penalty kick. VAR certainly will not interfere in this one.
Well, what a moment this is, not only for South Africa, by the way, but also for Czechia. Teboho Mokoena is handed the responsibility. He looks pretty cool about it, unlike a lot of folk watching back in South Africa, I'm sure, and their fans here. It's Mokoena against Kovacs. It is one mighty kick of a football, this, for a nation. Mokoena! He's done it! Goal, South Africa! Talk about keeping you cool. Mokoena did just that. And South Africa aren't ready to exit this World Cup yet.
Well, Mokoena, he's known as the master chef because of the delivery that he can give to his teammates. But with this penalty, he's the one that's feasting. And it's been a brilliant second half from South Africa. They've knocked on the door time and time again. The final pass just hasn't been there. But Mokoena, the man of the moment, finds the back of the net. And South Africa will say that they deserve to be on level terms.
His 10th goal for South Africa, the biggest yet on the biggest stage. Change has been made by South Africa in the meantime. Maseko has gone off to be replaced by Camelo Sevelabile. Czechia ahead for so long in this game, but as they did against South Korea, they've let their lead slip once more, and that will be galling for them. Although they did keep inviting South Africa on.
Yeah, they did, and they looked relatively comfortable. But the problem is when you are defending so deep, all it takes is one little bit of skill, one mistake, and obviously listening to Mark Clattenburg, as in terms of the penalty justifiably being given. And when you do invite the pressure, as Czechia have done, South Africa haven't been able to take advantage of it too much, but they eventually got their opportunity and did.
South Africa buzzing now, looking to go and win it. They couldn't, could they? But they're going to have a go. Mbata. Into the final 5 minutes plus whatever will be added on in Atlanta. Here's Provod advancing. Czechia must go again. Well, it's been a big game this for Tori Penzo on the World Cup stage. Mark Clattenburg, what have you made of her performance?
Look, a sign of a good referee is the one that we don't see until the crucial moments. Not everybody will agree with every decision, but she's produced an outstanding performance so far. FIFA have showed the trust in her and her team. Remember, Tori Penzo is the second female referee to referee in a men's World Cup after Stéphane Frappart from France in Qatar 2022. So congratulations to her. But what I don't know if Danny agrees, but I think the refereeing performance so far in this tournament has enabled the flow of the game, and this has contributed to the wonderful football and positive impact that we've seen so far.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's so important to let the game flow, knowing obviously the sides of the games and things that can happen, but yeah, the flow of the game. And I just want to add on to what you said about Tori Penzo. I've had the pleasure of commentating on games in MLS, and she's been nothing short of outstanding.
Seleni with a cross here. Seleni, but in steps Lacopa.
And I think just going back to Tori Penzo and the comment that Mark made, the best referees, you very rarely talk about them, and that's what she is. She's in a position, she has that authority about her. Outstanding referee, and like I say, I've had the pleasure of being part of games where she's been refereeing in MLS, and she has been a complete standout performer, and you know she's going to deserve all the credit I think that she'll probably get after this game as well, because I say she's been brilliant.
Mudau now. There's some turnaround if South Africa were to score again. McQuainer, who took the penalty. Off again. And it's held by Kovac.
Got it at the second attempt. He's been waiting for that little bit of space all second half, Mover King, since he's come onto the field. He's been marked really tightly, found a little bit of space then, had the strike. And Kovac was able to get it at the second attempt.
Olesh. Socek. Here's Lucas Provod. Will somebody step forward and win this game? Pavel shoots, who gave away the penalty now. Schick has gone down off the ball there in the middle. Tory was right on the case there. It's not overly interested in it and has given the corner.
You just see the initial strike before from Mover King, the goalkeeper. Gets it at the second attempt, and Czechia now they get an opportunity of their own. You know, this is the most likely chance that they're going to have to find the back of the net. And a lot of the times it isn't the first ball, it may be the second ball. You see just pulling over Tory Penso. Schick, he's not happy. Something that went on off the ball just outside the 18-yard box.
He was walking away from Tory, and Tory's not having that.
Well, she's saying that I don't want to give you a yellow card, but you can't keep walking away until I'm finished, which is, you know, you have to do that. And obviously now going to speak to McQuainer as well,
who is already on a yellow card. Can Czechia hit the front again in the final minute of the 90? So far to hoist it high. Schultz knocks it back. Here he is again. Provod able to deliver as well. Frantic defending from South Africa as Czechia push for a winner, having been in front for much of this game. That is a free kick for Jaroslav Zeleny, and an opportunity here. It'll be 7 minutes added on.
If you're Hugo Broos, the South Africa coach, you're going to be fuming in these situations. These are free kicks you don't need to give away, and I'm sure that he would have said so many times in the lead up to this game, do not give unnecessary set pieces away, because that's where Czechia are at their best, and they don't have another opportunity now with Sofal putting the ball into the box.
Patrick Schick jostling for position. Big chance for Czechia to win it, perhaps. It's in by Sofal. It'll be retrieved by Socek, but now the flag goes up to save South Africa. Tense times. There might come a day when it comes they come too old for this. The head coaches, 74 both. First World Cup match ever with both coaches over the age of 70. As we mentioned earlier, they're still not the oldest. Take Africa hanging around with Curacao at 78. Once you've got the bug, it stays.
And I think with Hugo Broos, what he did, he changed the mentality of the whole of the team. You know, when he came in 2021, I think that's what he said he wanted to do. There's a huge togetherness within the squad as well, and that's had a huge part, been a huge part of the influence and his effect on the team.
McQuainer was under pressure and gave it away to Schultz. Tomasz Holesz. Here's Socek. And South Africa sorted out. Goal kick.
Brilliant from Mbakazi as well. He's been brilliant this game. Still going so late on in the game, coming across just to cover Ocon. Just been caught out of position. Brilliant. You see the goalkeeper Williams straight over to him as well.
Well, they captained Orlando Pirates back home at the age of 20, an age that he is still at, but now playing for Chicago Fire. And he looks a brilliant signing for them. Still 4 minutes to go. Will there be a winner in Atlanta? Madiba. Mofokeng. Schultz. Now this has suddenly opened up. South Africa exposed. Pavel shoots. Gave away the penalty, looking to make amends. Schick couldn't connect. Provot's about to have a go. Plenty of power. Not quite matched by its precision.
The game has just opened up these last couple of minutes. Both teams believe that they can win it. Ends up being cleared here initially. And goes to Provot. Takes the strike. Hits it well, but always going away from goal.
Mexico and South Korea to come later in this group, which is heading for quite a finish. Czechia and South Africa with just a point. As it stands, the group concludes Wednesday in Mexico. Czechia against one of the host nations, and South Korea v South Africa. FS1 for the latter. Fox for Czechia, Mexico. Now South Africa. It's blocked. Ocon. And Bata. Mofokeng will receive that. Over there with Madiba. Will South Africa give it one final push for a winner with 2 minutes remaining? Now that would be a story. Oh, he's found a way through! Makopa with a big moment, but he couldn't find a finish.
I don't think he realised how much time he had as well. He'd done all the hard work. He'd left two Czechia players behind him, and I think he thought that he was being hurried from behind. He probably could have taken another step before he took the shot.
So foul. Schick. South Africa looking more likely. Mofokeng. Mudau. Mofokeng. Oh, could be an opening here. Nearly, but not quite, as Madiba got his shot away.
Well, they're going for it because it's Madiba who has the final effort, just gets it wrong, coming all the way up from the left-back position. South Africa finishing strong.
Will it happen here for South Africa? Looks a bit long. Ocon. Sebalabella has certainly made a difference after coming on. Thought he was going to get his shot away there. And your man, Mbakasi, going for goal from range again. Seconds remain. It's looking like a draw, unless someone would like to have a say now. It is a draw. Czechia ahead for so long. Sadalek scoring in the 6th minute. But you couldn't really argue that South Africa didn't deserve something out of this. They gave it a right good go and got their equaliser with Mokwena's penalty. Just a point apiece then. Much to do. It ends here. Czechia 1, South Africa 1.
Ian, Danny, thank you very much. What an end to that game. The standings in Group A, Czechia and South Africa both pick up a point. Mexico, South Korea, they meet in a big match later tonight. Mexico would clinch the top spot in Group A with a victory. Pete Mooney, Mikel John Obi, Carly Lloyd and Juan Pablo Angel back with you. Well, guys, we thought right at the end South Africa might just have enough, Mikel.
I know, what a frantic end to the game. Absolutely superb second half we witnessed here. I thought South Africa played really well in the second half. They came out and they showed some determination, some passion in the game, and of course got them back into the game. And I think they're not ready to say goodbye to the World Cup just yet, South Africa.
What did you make of the game, Carly?
Yeah, I would agree with Mikel. I think, Czechia just took their foot off the gas a bit. I don't think they were as clean in the final third in the first half. They did have some opportunities, some through balls they could have got on the end of. But at the end of the day, goals win you games. And if you're creating those chances but not getting the ball in the back of the net, you're not going to get away with a win.
Yeah, South Africa was like a nothing-to-lose mentality towards the end of the game. And they, rightly got the equalizer. They could have won it. They should have won it at the end. And it's open for them. They still have, one more game to go, and it could go either way.
And this is it now, isn't it? Yep. All to play for. This gets exciting for their final game in the group stages.
Yes, it definitely has, and it's going to be interesting what happened with the Mexico and South Korea game, because at the end Mexico has to play Czechia, and it's not going to be an easy game.
This is that kind of grit and determination, Carly, that you need in the World Cup, though, right?
It is, and look, there's everything to play for. I think South Africa bounced back much better than against the game against Mexico. I think they were tighter defensively. I think that they attacked with passion, and overall much better.
Okay, well, Czechia took the lead early today in Atlanta. Mikhail Sadalek in the 6th minute to Boho Mokoena with the equaliser from the penalty spot for South Africa. Well, the second fixture of the day will be coming your way from Los Angeles as we turn our attention to the second round of matches in Group B. Murat Yakin and Switzerland drew 1-1 after surrendering a late equaliser against Qatar. Today, they face Bosnia and Herzegovina. We'll get you ready for that. Plus, Czechia, South Africa highlights are next.
You're locked into a lot of things you can't change. Weather, traffic. Hey, stay in your lane. Your wireless carrier's latest price hike. But you can unlock a better way. Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. Switch to the $25 a month unlimited wireless plan. No contracts, no price hikes, and you keep your phone. Stop being locked into their games. Unlock the savings at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line of payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months on the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Are you looking for support in your weight management journey? Zepbound's tirzepatide may be able to help. Zepbound is a prescription medicine used with a reduced calorie diet and increased physical activity to help adults with obesity or some adults with overweight who also have weight-related medical problems to lose excess body weight and keep the weight off. Zepbound is approved as a 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, or 15 milligram injection. Zepbound contains tirzepatide and should not be used with other tirzepatide-containing products or any GLP-1 receptor agonist medicines. It is not known if Zepbound is safe and effective for use in children. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer, or if you've had multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes before scheduled procedures with anesthesia, if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems. Talk to your doctor. Call 1-800-545-5979 or visit zepbound.lilly.com.
Did you know not all batteries are the same? For example, only Duracell batteries are built different with Power Boost ingredients. And Duracell are the only batteries that make this sound every time you say Power Boost ingredients. See? Duracell batteries with Power Boost ingredients. You try. Told ya. Duracell batteries are built different with power boost ingredients. And they're built right here in the USA with US and global parts.
An upper corner shot's just deflected by the goalie. It's a corner kick. Wow! Incredible!
Beautiful shot!
No, that fan earned 2% cash rewards buying Pulisic merch.
They're using the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo, which scores unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Scoring 2% more. Wonder what that's like.
Oh, it's like... Go!
Score off the field with the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Visa, worldwide partner of FIFA World Cup 26.
Impressive.
Your favorite artists?
In your library.
Your favorite songs?
In your playlist.
But your favorite morning show?
Really funny. Or your favorite team in action.
Oh my goodness, he caught it!
Or your live local news, traffic, and weather?
Implications from coast to coast.
Yep, there's an app for all that too.
iHeartRadio.
We're not just streaming music, we're streaming moments.
Everyone wants to be here.
Add us to your entertainment lineup now and download the #1 app for radio.
The free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
FIFA World Cup 2026 today on Fox is presented by Google.
Well, in the first fixture of the day, it was Czechia against South Africa. The supporters in Atlanta saw both nations walk away with their first point of this World Cup. Well, welcome back inside our Fox Sports studio. P. Moonstein here with Mikel Jonovi, Carly Lloyd and Juan Pablo Angel. Let's get straight into the highlights, Juan, because Czechia with a perfect start.
Yes, Carly, we talk about set pieces for Czechia. And where does the goal come from? From a throw-in. Patrick does very well, running behind the defenders. Then Alexander Soyka lays it off perfectly for Sadilek to score. What a great goal, a great start for the Czechia team. Look at it, running in behind, keeping the ball alive, places back. Alexander Soyka just lays it up perfectly, and a great goal by Sadilek, 1-0 up.
So there was work to do for South Africa. They did have a little bit of problem. Lovely celebration there, by the way, from Sadilek. Yeah. Mokoena getting the yellow card, which means he misses that crucial third game.
Yeah, you would have thought that in the first match with all their cards that they would have learned. This is very unfortunate because he will now miss out on what could perhaps be his last World Cup match.
A big miss for South Africa, but a big guy he is for the team, a vital guy in everything they do. Here you can see the penalty. For me, it's absolutely superb a decision from the referee. It was a penalty because the ball was going to go. Guess who steps up? Is the big man, is the main man, Mokoena. Big penalty, steps up and slots it in. 1-1 South Africa. I mean, they're going to miss this guy. The last game is a vital game. They have to win. And when you don't have your best player, the main man in midfield, it's going to be a big miss for South Africa.
Yeah, huge celebrations right at the end to score. What a good time to score as well. Full time then, Czechia 1, South Africa 1. The standings in Group A then, Czechia and South Africa both earn a point. And later on, we'll see Mexico on home soil in Guadalajara taking on South Korea. The winner of that match wins Group A. So the Fox moment of the match is sponsored by Nutella Peanut. And it was the big moment for South Africa today. Their first goal of this World Cup to Boho Mokoena with the equaliser against Czechia from the penalty spot. South Africa earning their first point of the tournament. Well, the second match of the day is just ahead from Los Angeles. Bosnia and Herzegovina drew 1-1 in their opener against co-host Canada. Today, they're taking on Switzerland. Meanwhile, in Seattle, the US men's national team is 1 day away from their second game of this World Cup. They will be taking on Australia. Both teams are on 3 points in Group D. And there is our crew at Pier 62. Look at the crowd as well. Rob Stone and the guys getting ready to bring you all the build-up and atmosphere ahead of tomorrow's massive match. We will be checking in on the scene in Seattle throughout the day, and we'll hear from our teammates at Pier 62 right after this break.
Are you guys ready to...
You're locked into a lot of things you can't change. Weather, traffic. Hey, stay in your lane. Your wireless carrier's latest price hike. But you can unlock a better way. Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. Switch to the $25 a month unlimited wireless plan. No contracts, no price hikes, and you keep your phone. Stop being locked into their games. Unlock the savings at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line of payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months on the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Did you know not all batteries are the same? For example, only Duracell batteries are built different with Power Boost ingredients. And Duracell are the only batteries that make this sound every time you say Power Boost ingredients. See? Duracell batteries with Power Boost ingredients. You try. Told you. Duracell batteries are built different with Power Boost ingredients. And they're built right here in the USA with US and global parts.
Are you looking for support in your weight management journey? Zepbound tirzepatide may be able to help. Zepbound is a prescription medicine used with a reduced calorie diet and increased physical activity to help adults with obesity or some adults with overweight who also have weight-related medical problems to lose excess body weight and keep the weight off. Zepbound is approved as a 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, or 15 milligram injection. Zepbound contains tirzepatide and should not be used with other tirzepatide-containing products or any GLP-1 receptor agonist medicines. It is not known if Zepbound is safe and effective for use in children. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer, or if you've had multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes before scheduled procedures with anesthesia, if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems. Talk to your doctor. Call 1-800-545-5979 or visit zepbound.lilly.com.
FIFA World Cup 2026 today on Fox is presented by Google.
And in the first fixture of the day, Mikel Sadilek gave Czechia the early lead against South Africa. Both nations winless in their opener. They each picked up a point in a 1-1 draw. Now we take you across the country to Los Angeles, where the stage is set for the second match of the day on day 8 of this FIFA World Cup. Well, Switzerland appeared to be on their way to a win in their opener, but they surrendered a second-half stoppage-time equaliser on an own goal against Qatar. Well, Switzerland outshot Qatar 26-6 in that match. They are seeking a 4th straight World Cup knockout stage appearance, trying to earn their first win of this tournament today.